The following presentation is brought to you by the Pride of ODU, the official NIL collective of Old Dominion Athletics. Be a monarchist. Join the Pride.
Monarch Nation, what's going on? Welcome back to the Monarchists. Just when you thought that basketball season was like months and months and months away, it's really not that far away. The ladies are going to be back on campus in like 6 days, I think the 8th, and they're going to start working towards building that championship squad. We've got Coach Roland Jones back on the podcast. Roland, welcome back to the world's best and only OD podcast.
It's amazing to be back. It seems like it was just the other day. I think I was stuck in New Orleans in some cold weather, but I'm so happy to be back. I love these opportunities to talk about ODU and where we headed, and to let you and the fans know, what we got cooking over here.
Awesome. So tonight we're going to talk about the roster
Okay.
for this year. That's what we're going to go with. The official release just came out yesterday. Let's start with the returning student athletes. I think there's a couple names on the list that women's basketball fans are going to be really excited to know that they are coming back in India and Simone.
No doubt. Two big time returning players. Vital for our program for the last couple of years and what they did. I believe this will be their third season. Both spent 2 quality years here. And I'm gonna be real with you. That really put not a wrinkle in a bad way, but a wrinkle in a good way in our recruiting board, because Moan kind of got notified kind of right after the season, like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And the Buford was notified, like it was like a month and almost a month and a half. Like I'm talking to kids on the phone. I got visits lined up, and I'm being honest with you. She's the one, India Buford, like has changed the whole landscape of this year's team, because you didn't expect your returning leading scorer, and even in Moan Cunningham having your returning leading rebounder returning. So yeah, it's amazing to have those two individuals back in a Lady Monarch uniform.
Yeah, I know they're both fan favorites. Folks love Simone's motor. I mean, she's got no quit, and of course, India's all over the place. And for someone who's, I say my height. I was going to say someone who's shorter, 5'7", a little bit taller than that. She's got a propensity to grab rebounds and just play much bigger than what she actually is.
EB is just a freak of nature, kind of like some of the things she can do with amongst those posts down in there, those trees, and getting offensive rebounds and putting them back, or even penetrating, getting in the lane and finishing over everybody is pretty remarkable. 3-level score. I'm gonna be real with you. The blessing for EB to return for us this year was, I don't even think in the 2 years that she played, I have her stats right here. EB averaged 13.1. She averaged 5.9 rebounds as a little guard like that. My bad. Am I wrong? No, 5.9 rebounds. And let's see, what did she average assist wise? 4.1. I believe EB finished. What did she make all conference? First, maybe no, didn't make first team, make second or third team. EB didn't, in her 2 years, she didn't even play her best basketball. And I feel the opportunity that she's getting to play another year, we expect big things out of EB this year, especially with the newcomers that we have coming in. She has a lot more talent around her. She has some PGs to where she doesn't have to tote that mail or carry that load of being a point guard who's really a scoring guard.
All right, so let's talk about another player who last year was an addition to the squad, and Kelsey Thompson. We had an opportunity to sit down with Kelsey, and she talked about how much she loved Old Dominion. And one of the things that was interesting that you wouldn't hear a lot of players talk about, but she really liked here because her role was more defined and she wasn't forced to do so many things or have so much on her shoulders that she could kind of just concentrate on doing her, 1/5 of being on the court. Talk about Kelsey being back.
Kelsey's another one. One of the top guards in this league, hands down. Kelsey averaged 9.5. She averaged 9.5, 4.7 rebounds. That's not shabby, but Kelsey should have been right up there, like 11, 12 points a game. I'll take the rebounding, 5.5, 6. I think she can do that. But Kelsey's a special player. Previous Sun Belt freshman of the year, just a talented kid. What she had to do for South Alabama, what she has to do for ODU is just it's two different type of teams, two different type of programs, and two different levels of talent that she's around now. Like Kelsey had to carry the load at South Alabama, and no disrespect to their program, Coach Fowler, her the coach she had her freshman year is a good friend of mine. The talent levels were not on the same. So South Alabama, you got to go get 20 something tonight. Here at ODU, getting 12 is like getting 20 here. So she's another one. Big time responsibility of us getting over the hump this year and becoming champions. And I think with the returners that we have returning, we have 51.8 in points. 50, let's just say 52 points a game returning. We average 67. So to have 51 returning out of 67 points that we average,
That's got to be at the top of the league.
gotta be to have
Yeah.
to have to have Moan Cunningham, India Buford, Samara Fields, Kelsey Thompson, and even what can I say her name? Mariah Clayton, all returning is huge. It's huge. But Kelsey is a you're gonna see us play a little bit different this year. Kelsey will play the four spot a little bit for us because we plan to go, 4 out, 1 in a little bit, 4 guards and 1 post on the floor. We plan to get up and down a little bit more this year. We play at a faster pace. And like we have so much depth and so much versatility that we're able to play so many different lineups. So it should be an exciting year.
All right, you mentioned a couple other returners, Samara Fields and Mariah Clayton. Talk about like what the next step, particularly for Mariah, she was a freshman, so coming into her sophomore year, what the next step, things that she might be working on the summer to add to her tool bag.
That is Mariah Clayton.
Yeah.
I think Mariah Clayton, she's a downhill scorer. She can get to the basket with the best of them. That was remarkable to see her as a freshman. I mean, Mariah averaged 5.4 points a game and 3.5 rebounds. Mariah was averaging at one point in time right at 8.5 points a game. She was huge for us. The losing streak we went on in conference, those 6 games, was when she was out and she was hurt. So that scoring that we were getting her off the bench, they were a big part of us winning games. But I think Mariah's workload and what she needs to get better at is definitely from the perimeter. I'd say they shot 19% from the three. Really depended on getting to the basket, getting fouled, and getting to the free throw line. I know more than I know that she's a capable 3-point shooter. I recruited the kid. I saw her do it in high school. I just think coming here, it's just a different level of play. The game is so much faster, so much physical. So I think her shot probably took a backseat to what she really does well. And she was a high level 3-point shooter in high school. So her is really getting in the best shape of her life and getting a mid range and her 3-point shot going. And that's what we're working on with her.
All right. How about Hamaya Fielder coming back?
For me, Hamaya Fielder is top 3 shooters in the Sun Belt, hands down. I mean, when you leave her open, you can literally count it. Um, I think Hamaya's biggest thing that she needs to work on is on the defensive end. I think she gets better defensively. I think she'll find more minutes for her on the floor. I think to have a shooter like that too, though, like you need somebody like that you can insert in the game, and when the other team is tired and they're not rotating out on her and she's wide open in the corner and she can hit a big one and we can gain momentum off of that and get her in the game for a minute and a half or 2 minutes and a half or 3-minute stretches, get her in, get her out. And, I think with this group, I think she'll have more talent around her to where it's going to be very hard. They're gonna have to. You're not going to be able to double off and just leave her wide open. And I just think I look for her to have a big year too. I mean, like her and Samara Fields, this is supposedly their last year. But I think they'll be granted another year after this, which will be amazing. With the JUCO rule, how Simone Cunningham and EB got their year back. So I think she'll have a better year as well. But phenomenal shooter, has to get your top shooters in the world like Steph Curry's in phenomenal athletic condition and phenomenal shape and is able to run all day. And I think she has to get to that from a physical standpoint, get in the best shape of her life, being able to just, come in spurts and being able to, not get tired and tire out because shooters, when your legs are the first thing to go. So her, I just think that's another blessing for us to have, is to have her back on this roster and having a shooter of that magnitude.
Yeah, and being able to go out there and throw up 100 or 200 jump shots without having to play defense, it's a whole nother game.
It
Like you
is.
said, of being in the best shape of your life and have to play both ends of the court, it can be a little bit different. And your last returning player, rising sophomore, Nisa Muhammad, she's back, 5'10". What is she going to bring to the squad this year?
I think it just in the summer workouts that we had so far, like we had them for 3 weeks. They went home, and they'll be back on the 8th. Nisa is turning a corner. Every freshman is different. Some come in and they can it clicks for them right away, and they can get out there and they can give you some quality minutes. I think Nisa's case was just a little bit different. With her being a point guard, I don't think we were in a situation to where we could play through some of the mistakes that she may make in the games, because those mistakes could actually probably it may keep us from getting the obvious thing, and that's the win. But I think we have 4 point guards on this roster, and I think she's going to have to come in here and compete and earn her minutes. But I do think Nisa is finally turning a corner. Some players, I mean, that's why we have 15 on the roster. Like, everybody's not a superstar. You got to get your stars, but you got to get your role players too. And I think Nisa, and there's nothing wrong with that. Nisa has has obtained a phenomenal scholarship at one of the prestigious basketball universities in the world for women's basketball, and for her to have a role on this team, I think is amazing. Like, you don't have to be the man all the time. I think, or the woman. Like, I think she's going to be able to come. I think it may be a game where she comes in and changes with her defense, or may get a key steal, or may knock down a key shot. But I think she has a valuable role as far as bringing in energy and coming in. If you call your numbers call and you're given a minute, give the best 60 seconds you can, or if it's a minute 30 or 2 minutes, just come in and help. And I think she is finally understanding the offense and understanding what Coach D looks for at that point guard spot.
Yeah, every championship squad has got role players.
For sure.
I mean, whether it's the NBA, the WNBA, college, high school, you can't have you're never going to have a bench full of you know superstars, so to speak. Or at my work, you got to have your role players that know what their role is and they do it well and they're happy with what their role is. So, like, they want to progress, but obviously everybody has to play their part. Otherwise, people get upset or they try to do too much when someone else. So I think that's really critical, and that it makes me happy to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
All right, incoming. This is what all of Monarch Nation is going to be really excited, and they want that curtain pulled back a little bit to understand who are some of the new faces that are here. Let's start with your one high school signing, Tiana Sadler, 6'1" forward out of Dallas, Texas.
Tiana Sadler out of Dallas Lincoln High School, 5A state championship participant. She won the state championship in Texas 5A, which is a huge, huge deal. She's one that she's got some developing to do. Was a last signing, was a roster filler. Sometimes you have to fill your roster with, like you said, possible role players. And I don't think a lot will be asked for Tiana as a freshman, but I do think there will be situations to where her number will be called. Um, Tiana is not the most athletic, but what she is for her size and her body type, she's a hell of a shooter. Like Hamad Fielder type of shooter, like can knock it down with the best of them. I've been knowing this kid for a couple years. Um, Believe it or not, like when I was saying about the kid from Indiana committed to, the kid from Northwest Florida that committed to Indiana, I'm gonna be real with you. Like we lost out on like 5 post players that couple that were in the portal that didn't get the additional year. Like we had a 6'5" kid from Alabama to where like she applied for the year. Like we would have got her, it would have changed the whole program. But you know, didn't get the extra year, whatnot. So by the time it came around for us to try to find a post player, probably the best fit for us at that time was Tiana Sadler. And she is I just think it's going to be day to day with her, and the more she gets in and buys in and gets in the best shape of her life as well, with her body type, um, I think things can change for a really, really, really high IQ kid, understands the game. Um, Yeah, it's different from most freshmen. Can pick up on stuff really quickly. Has a great understanding for the game, but as freshmen, you have to go through the process as well, and she's going to have to go through the process.
It is. I mean, everything is new to you. You're
Yep.
new to college. You might have to figure out how to study in college. You're living on your own. There are so many adjustments as a freshman. Sometimes not having a ton of expectations placed on you is a very good thing for you to develop just as a person in general. So you're not so overwhelmed. It's like, okay, I can take these things bite size one at a time. And, you know,
And-
I've got 5 years to play for.
yeah.
There's
And,
plenty of time.
and let me elaborate on what you just said. You're so right. Things, it's like shell shock when you come into this, and you could tell her first couple weeks. It was some days she was looking around what have I gotten myself into? But she has fought every single day. She's improved drastically. So I just think with time, time is, she has some time on her side right now, but she has some work to do.
All right. So I'm gonna go a little off script here. I said we were gonna go right down the list of the release from the other day, but folks who are members of the collective got a little bit of a read ahead on who the incoming players are, and I've got them in that order. So if people have
Okay.
seen this already, let's go. You got 3 incoming transfers that are like, what was it? Charlie's Angels. 3 really close friends that were at Coastal Carolina. That I don't know if they were a package deal. I don't know what that, but it's clear if folks have looked on social media how close those 3 players are to each other. um, let's talk about Riley Stack, Jalen Ponder, and Delana Carter.
You've done your research, because they definitely are. They're connected at the hip. You're going to see them always together. They're best friends. It's cool to see. Like, they're really, but those three, energy wise, have been amazing for us. Just kids that are so happy to be here, that we're looking at them like you just came from a 25-win team. Like, nah, like, every program is different. In Coastal Carolina, congrats to them last year. Um, it was kind of like the roll of the dice. Got Jalen first, and then things just start moving and shaking, and next thing you know, um, we end up getting all three. The one that I didn't think we were going to get, who I think is going to play a humongous role for us, is Delana Carter. But I will start with Riley Stack. Amazing, talented kid. 6'4.5", 6'4", 6'5", however tall she is. She's a legit 6'4". Can shoot it. She can do a little bit of everything. Like, she can catch at the high post, rip, cross rip, and put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. Or she can shoot the three, the trail three. She can shoot the mid range. She has gotten better in 3 weeks of working on the block, like just receiving the ball, getting big, getting strong. Because she's not robust. She's frail. She's thin. So playing with physicality is going to be her Achilles heel, but her versatility is amazing, and I think she has a chance to be one of the best post players in the Sun Belt in this system. She's just something that we haven't had. Has a great skill set and a mindset, and hopefully it works out for her quick. You know what I'm saying? I think it'll be a little bit different for them, but I think they all have experience playing on this level. So I don't think when we play UMass opening day, I don't see it being a problem. I think by that time, when we play in front of this beautiful crowd that I know we're gonna get on November 3rd, that they're gonna just be able to fall in line and get it done. But post player that we've probably one of our most versatile post players that we've had in a long time at that size.
So let me ask you a question on that. So on the men's squad, if folks get to the TED early,
Mm-hmm.
they would see Coach Odell and Jamal working with the big men.
Mm-hmm.
So you're talking about Riley's development and working on the post. Who on the women's staff, like, is there someone in particular that
Yeah.
like really works hard with the post players? Who is that?
First in line is Coach Delisha Milton Jones. I mean, when you have somebody who did it at that level, that played that position on in there, it's like it's a no brainer. But her and Coach Pace, Josh Pace, does a phenomenal job as well with those posts. And I think what's crazy is I've had to push D to be a little bit more hands on with them, because a lot of these kids sign to come to play for her, And especially post players, they look at it like, no, like I came here to get developed by,
The
and
best.
it's no
Yeah.
discredit to any other coach on the staff, but I came
No.
here for her. So
Hall of Famer,
yeah,
Olympian,
yep,
WNBA.
yep,
You know,
yep.
who
So
wouldn't want to do that?
yeah, so Indeed does a great. They've done a great job this summer with the post players, and they've gotten all of them gotten better. So yeah, she by the time we get to November, I think she will have a different experience and a different outlook on her season than she did in her 2 years of Coastal. I really do. Like I'm gonna be real with you. She could go play if she got in the portal. We as soon as she got in the portal, Wisconsin, um, Notre Dame, Illinois, like she could have went P4 easily. And they're just gonna take her because she's 6'4". They really don't know much about her, but she immediately came on a visit, got down here, committed, and the rest was history.
So, with the way that things have gone with the the portal in the last few years, so much movement, so much transferring, more now than we've ever seen.
Yes, sir.
You see a lot of folks coming and they might have 1 year of eligibility left. But out of those three players, Delana and Riley, they're both juniors, right? They have 2 years of eligibility remaining,
Yes, sir. Yes, they do.
which is great.
Phenomenal.
As you can still build, and then next year, you really got some strong anchors there. All right, so we got another transfer from inside the conference coming from ULM, Layla
Oh,
Walker.
we didn't talk about Delana and
Oh, you're right. My bad. Yeah,
no, you
let's
good.
do that.
Delana Carter. I'll start with that. I feel like it's going to be a major piece to what we like. She's a point guard that can play on the ball, off the ball, tremendous defensive stopper, can score in three different ways. She's just something that we just didn't have last year, and she is going to come in and play a major role, starting or not starting. And that's how deep we are to where you may see some starters. You may see some starters that started last year that may not start this year. Like that's how really deep we are. And they played. And Delana played. Delana started as a freshman for Coastal. Don't know why he out recruited her. He brought another point guard in. But her first college game ever against Georgia Tech, she had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists as a freshman.
That's a heck of a start to your career.
Yeah. So, and she had a couple other good games during her freshman year, but she started her freshman year at the point guard spot. So she's another one. As a freshman, played big minutes. Sophomore year, her role changed, but she won some games for them in the Sun Belt with her defensive presence and scoring. Like it was some nights to where the other guards weren't clicking. She comes in and she fills that void in and gets it done. So she's another one that I love to death. We are so blessed to have her. Like big time opportunity and big time. I think she has a chance to do something great for 2 years. The next one, Jalen Ponder, one of the most athletic kids I've ever been around. I don't know if you remember Amari Young.
You do?
Her and Amari Young, for sure, in 5 years being here, are the two top athletic kids, and that's saying a lot with Moan Cunningham being on this roster. Like they're just athletic, different. Like if you throw the ball by the rim, like she misses it, and she misses it with vigor and trying. Like she can dunk the basketball. Like if you throw it up to her, she can go and get it, but she just tries to dunk too hard and it comes out. But super duper athlete, 3-level scorer, can defend with another defensive juggernaut, can defend with the best. Some 5'11", long, athletic. So I'm telling you, two players that we didn't have last year with those five that played last year. So now we got some depth. We're cooking with gas. We're cooking with gas
Which is nice because I know that your options weren't all that deep when it came, in the post and people not being able to do that. Like if Simone got into foul trouble or was just having an off night like we all do, you really didn't have many options.
Yeah. And so we don't have to go backwards. Let me talk about Simone Cunningham. We are truly, truly, I know she's a fan favorite. Moan I think, is going to have her best year because I think she is going to have more depth. And I think in the role that she may have to be asked to play this year which is still a valuable role. I don't know if it's starting or not, but I just know Moan played way too many minutes, and she was wore out by the time we got to the conference terminal, or when we played on Thursday, Saturdays. She was wore out and didn't have she just was tired. So, and I just think this year, if she played 30 minutes last year, playing 5 less minutes, I think it will be the best thing for. I think Mona's going to have her best. I think Mona Cunningham averaged 9.1 and 8 rebounds. I do think she's going to average more than that in less minutes.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, everybody, not just because of the haircut, but everybody likes to compare her to like a mini Rodman, like an undersized. Like
Yes.
if she was 3 inches taller, she
she'd
would
be
be dominating everybody.
She wouldn't be here if she was 3
Oh.
inches taller. She would be at Tennessee or somewhere like that. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
for sure.
So thank you for bringing us back.
Yeah.
All right, now let's move to Layla Walker, coming from ULM.
Yep. Layla Walker, 6'4", 6'4.5", long, athletic,
more size.
We got 2 big ones. We would have had 3, missed out on 1. More size. I think won 1 or 2 championship at Jackson State. Got some NCAA tournament experience. Played at ULM. Played a valuable role for them. Had a great game against us. Had a double against us. Long, athletic, rebound, runs the floor. Offensively, finishes well around the basket, but it's like throwing the ball into her. Like I said, we got to get as much as we can offensively out of her. And I think in her 3 weeks, she's had some ups and downs, but she's like the coaching here. And this is not me bragging. Like, we have a really good staff, top to bottom. Coach Roland Jones is phenomenal coach, and I understand a lot of people felt like we had a down year last year, and people look at us saying, "Oh, y'all got 18 wins. What are y'all complaining about?" But 18 wins at ODU women's basketball is kind of it's not your standard.
Yeah, folks are looking for more. Folks are used to and expect championships, right? And I know you guys do too.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's the goal.
To come out 3 20-win seasons and then lose 6 games in conference by average of 2.5, 3 points, like that sucks and that hurts. It's like you almost would rather get blown out than to lose, by that. But it's a part of college basketball. Like,
that's why you play the game, right?
Got it. You're gonna go through every year's. You do the best you can. Like my recruiting. My mindset is like, we're never gonna go through another year like that. We're gonna have depth. So Layla Walker, a phenomenal athlete, big body in the middle. Offensively can do some things around the basket, but she's going to be a different type of post player. Defensively, rebound, run, block shots. Her and Raleigh are able to change shots in the lane, which we didn't have last year. So she's another valuable piece that's going to be big for us as well.
All right. So before we talk about the 3 players that have come from junior college, the 4 players you just talked about all came from Sun Belt opponents. During the process, when the players went in the portal and you start talking to them at that point, were there particular things that came up in conversation? They all of them obviously have experienced playing Old Dominion. Some of them, I mean, Coastal obviously being able to play at the TED here. I can't remember if ULM was here or not, but were there any particular things that Riley, Jalen, Delano, or Layla talked about why they wanted to come to Old Dominion?
Let me tell you what we run into. Kids are your biggest recruiters these days. These kids know each other. Even if they don't know each other, they follow each other on social media. They end up talking to each other. I think with the 3 from Coastal, we played against. They come here, we go there. What's crazy? Riley Stack was presented. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt. Previous coach Shimon Williams, North Carolina great, North Carolina Tar Heel great, actually knew about Riley Stack coming out of high school, and we had a chance to get her, and it didn't work out. I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt, but we got them now, and it's like, I think when they come and see our environment and see who our coach is, like, you'll be surprised. Every school we play, these kids watch our routine, what type of gear we have, like how we play, like everybody. These kids are like, y'all should have had a Sun Belt championship by now. Like, they know we're a winning program. They know the culture. And then it's like coming to play at ODU. it's like you get to play in this big, beautiful arena to where have you ever been down to Coastal?
I have not. I've watched the games on TV, so I have an idea.
Yeah.
They ain't playing in the TED. They're
No,
playing.
no.
They're playing in a high school gym.
Yeah, it's like a
I
rec.
mean,
It's
it's
really,
not their baseball stadium,
mm-mm,
which is freaking awesome.
which is
You
amazing.
know, yeah.
It's a rec center. The student rec center is in the building around the corner, so it's not so you get to see they see the tradition and the banners and this and that, and then who our head coach is. And a lot of those kids, it's like a no-brainer. So, recruit like with I give you a prime example. Layla Walker, her and Samara Fields been knowing each other since high school. So they talk to each other and she's telling how great of a time she's having here. And then the next thing you know, Samara Fields is like, hey, letting y'all know, we were trying to do it the right way. If she ever got in the portal, would y'all be interested? And Coach D, I'm telling you, it's funny that we got Layla Walker because I remember vividly Coach D turning around and looking at me and was like, hey, I like number 12. She's here. So, yeah.
It's crazy how much movement it seems to be within the conference. Not just in basketball, but like football. It's
Crazy.
It really is.
Insane.
So all right. So let's talk your junior college editions. You've got 3. Go in whatever order that you want to go.
All right, let me give a fun fact so people know. In my 5 years of being here, which is going on year 6, we have recruited 20 JUCO kids have come here. 10 out of the 20 have been JUCO All-Americans. And I'm being honest, that's unheard of. So that means you're going out getting the best JUCO kids. 10 out of the 20 were JUCO All-Americans. And that's pretty amazing. I know a lot of people don't get the JUCO stuff and why and this and that. Well, from what I understand, our football team has some JUCO kids on it now. So
They do.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know I don't even know how many kids they have, but I'm a JUCO product, man, and I believe in it. But I am on the portal now. I do understand, but we'll get to that. So wherever you want me to start with the JUCO kids, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, whatever order you want to go in.
I'll go with Nakai Allen out of Kilgore Junior College. 5'10", physical force on the inside as a post player. The one upside for her is that she really can step out and shoot the basketball for her size. More of a not a smaller post player, but more of a not a Michaela Brown, but similar body type, but can really move, get up and down and move. Defends well, uses her body well, but her thing that she does besides finishing around the basket, she can shoot it. She was a WBCA first team JUCO All-American. If I'm reading here, she had 30 games while shooting at 62.4%. She was Region 14 MVP. She was a Region 14 tournament MVP, and she was 2-time district MVP. So, and also a National Junior College All Academic Team. Just a kid that's gonna come in and put the hard hat on and play hard and use her body and has a big upside. Has a real big upside. If we can keep her healthy, she has a real big upside. So,
how many years? How much eligibility does she have left?
I mean, with the rule with these JUCO kids getting
that's true.
She would have 3.
Okay.
So big upside. I think the fans will appreciate her. She plays hard. Of course, every JUCO kid. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest with these JUCO kids. Sometimes it takes them a year or a year and or a half a year to get adjusted. But I don't think any of these kids it will take that. I don't. My next one. Let's see, Alicia Nunley. 5'5", out of Collin County Community College. This one here is another defensive juggernaut. Plays with so much energy and speed, a 3-level scorer. Like I said, she was first team JUCO All-American as well. She was Region 5 player to be like, she beat out a kid for player of the year in Region 5 that's going to Florida State, a 6'5" kid from Australia. That is really, really good. Who will be, I think this kid will be in the WNBA one day. And our kid, Alicia Nunley, beat her out for Region 5 player of the year. So just a spark plug, like Dee said in her release, she'll play all 3 spots for us, but I think the fans will fall in love with her energy. She has some things that she needs to be able to get adjusted to on this level, but I mean, it came down to us in Arkansas State. So defending champs. I mean, I think with she fit into what they do for sure because all they do is run up and down, press, and they're helter skelter. I think she's going to have to become more cerebral and learn the game of basketball here. But I think she'll be a guard coming off, either starting or coming off, that will give us great production. I think she has a chance to start as well. Like we're deep, like guard.
That's great competition. The summer is going to be intense.
The guard competition has been phenomenal to where the person that has rubbed off on the most that I'm so happy to see is India Buford. Like you could tell, okay, I got to come in here and I got to work every day. So, I watched Alicia Nunley play for 2 years. They had her playing off the ball her freshman year. They put her back on the ball her sophomore year. She can go in between. I think she's more of an India Buford in the Samar Fields with her scoring ability, but big time kid for the program coming in as well. Who else is my last one? Who am I missing?
Nevaeh Scott.
Oh, how could I forget Nevaeh Scott? Best JUCO point guard out of all point guards in the National Junior College Division I players last year. She'll get mad at me for saying this, but I'm going to say it. Committed to us last year. Signed. This is the kid signed. A week and a half, 2 weeks goes by. Decommits, get out of it because she wants to bet on herself to go Power 5. I'm really honestly got you. Could we have used her last year? Hell yeah. If we'd have had her on last year's team, probably 7 more wins, and it puts you at, what do we finish? 19, 18? I don't know. It just puts you at 25 plus wins. Big time PG, man. Big time PG. First team JUCO All-American. Won the national championship. Was MVP of the national JUCO game. I don't even know. Just a real floor leader, a general, can score also. Just highly skilled, man. Like we're truly blessed to have her. We're truly, I don't even know what to like. I mean, chose us over Baylor, Louisville, and Clemson.
That's a heck of a list right there.
I mean, and she chose us because she knows she's going to come in here and play.
That's opportunity. And I think that's what gets lost so much, I would say, in the college basketball game, vice football. Yeah. A lot of times, there's a lot of fans that have lost a little bit of love for sure. Collegiate sports because of the transfer portal and making it harder to connect with players. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, we're used to a player coming in, oftentimes redshirting, and they'd be here for 5 years, and you would bond, you'd get to know them, that became part of the family, and that has a different feel now.
If I hate to be the party pooper, those days are over with.
Oh yeah, they absolutely are
over with.
But so we have to figure out ways. I mean, you really have to try to connect with your student and athletes even more and faster. Like that's part of like what myself and Mike and the other guys, Gary and CB, who do these podcasts, is we're trying to build a connection between the fans and the programs and the student athletes and kind of microwave that, because the days of having so long to get to know someone, we have to expedite that pretty often.
Yeah, like quick, because you don't know. And I'll tell you my selling point to her. I was just like, because my bad, I'm leaving it. She's from Memphis, had Memphis as well, and Memphis threw a bag at her. Like they threw some money at her. So I said, Vay, I know she wants to play on the P4 level. I know that. That's her dream. I get it. Hey, come here for a year. Let's win this championship, and we'll figure that out at the end.
Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem.
We'll figure that out down the road. Like if that's what you want to do, I'm never gonna tell you not to go get your bag and go get your money and tell you, if you're gonna go play, but I think it has to make sense for you. And I think she's happy to be here, and she knows this is a great opportunity for her. Like she's had some good days, and she's had some days where she's in there figuring out too. Like some JUCO kids that have success like her think they're gonna walk in and it's just gonna be a cakewalk, and it's not. And I think she realized, like, dang, everybody in here can play. Like her and Delana Carter going at it. I think she realized, like, dang, like, shit, she can play with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Delana Carter, like 2 years in the Sun Belt, I do think there is value. I want to ask you a question. What do you think about in the portal getting the best Sun Belt kids that can come in and help you play right? If they what's your thoughts on that?
It's a tough question. I'd like to say it depends on where they come from. Like you might have we saw that a lot last year. We have our former players that were on other teams that played well against us.
Yeah.
One went to JMU. Yep. I remember that in particular. People are like, so obviously they know the league, they know the style of play, they know the venues, especially if they're in the East and they've played at your place every year. Mm-hmm. They know if they're comfortable in the building. So they know the fan support, which is interesting. I mean, I think those are all pluses. Like you talked about when you answered the question earlier about why ODU, like we asked Jared Turner on the men's team, same thing, come from Northeastern, very good player. The team was really good.
Yep.
One of the biggest things he talked about was fan support. Right, he's playing in the Seven Cities Pro-Am. We went out and watched them the other day. There were a few of us, and Dan and Mike. They did. All the guys played well.
Yeah.
But we chatted with those guys, and Jared just had a big smile on his face because he's got ODU fans at a summer league game, cheering and telling them to D up, and we're cheering for him, and we're like, we didn't even get this at Northeastern with our actual games. So, I mean, Monarch fans are passionate, and it makes a difference. So I think it can be a positive, although it can be awkward as well. Because not all teams do things the right way.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Players might get talked to when they shouldn't get talked to.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the same conference and they're in your building. I don't think it would be unheard of for a coach that sees a player they like to say something to someone. Like, not everybody plays by the rules.
Let me give you a prime example. I don't know why. When we used to go play South Alabama, when Kelsey Thompson was at South Alabama, she would always come and speak to me and Coach D. It was nothing behind it. It was a quick hello. So her sophomore year, her mom had just died. This kid comes up and says hello, and she's having a full-blown conversation with me. And next thing I had to tell, like, hey, Kelsey, we can't do it like this. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, people look at that though, but no, it's gonna be interesting. I think if you ask me, and you're not asking me, but if it was anything more that we could add to this roster with this group, if we had one more post player, I think we would be extremely, extremely good. But I think this is a good group that's going to come in and fight every night. We have a decent schedule. We have a good tough schedule playing. You're not asking, but I just throw this out there. So we're playing 3 Power Fives: Ole Miss, SMU, and Texas Tech as of today. That SMU Texas Tech SMU could change to something else, but right now you have Ole Miss, SMU, and Texas Tech. I think this group can. Ole Miss will be tough, but I think we have a group that can go in and compete. SMU and Texas Tech. I think worst come to worst, you split. I think both of those games are winnable with this group, and I think we got an opportunity to do something special.
And you give some of your Texas players a chance to go home and
play in
front of family.
That's on me. I'm sure that's on me.
That's okay. Hey, if
everybody knows.
You got half of Texas, might as well bring them.
Hey, I got some Virginia kids on the way. The way.
We'll talk about that next time.
That's something for
I know
you.
fans have been asking about that for
Got
years
it.
because there's so much good high school talent here, Princess Anne High School and other schools. You know, there's so much stuff. They're always like, how come we never?
I got
How
something
come
for
they
you.
didn't come
I
to
got something
us?
for you. I got
Cool.
we cooking. And are you able to interview those kids? You're not able to interview high school kids right now, are you?
Of course we can.
One I need you to interview ASAP. One I
Okay.
need for you. Yeah.
Well, we'll
Yeah.
talk about that some
Yeah.
other time.
Yes.
Hey, I gotta let you go, but do you have a message for Monarch Nation? Well, first off, before I give you that, just want to thank everybody who's a member of the Pride of ODU. If you're a member of the collective,
No
thank
doubt.
you so much
Me too.
for supporting our programs, our student athletes. Allow me and Mike and Gary and David and all the guys that are putting content out the ability to be able to do that for you. We try to get a little bit better every day. If you're not a member, please go to theprideofodu.com. It's going right across the bottom of the scroll there. If you've got a question about it, hit us up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those sorts of things. Find us at an event. We're not hard to find. So thank you. But Coach, I want to give you the parting shot, your message for Monarch Nation. The floor is yours.
Yeah. Once again, thank you, Pride of ODU, for everything that you're doing for us and these young women. We all appreciate it. It would be a different landscape if we didn't have you guys. So hats off to y'all. Salute to you guys. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have been there. Y'all are fighting for everybody in Monarch Nation. But to the fans, I would just say, not the year that we all wanted what we used to. Three previous seasons were 20+ win seasons, both losing in the semifinals by 6. We all know ODU is about winning. We also know, the fans, and you expect winning, and we both know it's time to get over the hump. And we're right there. And I just I could ask for your patience, but I know with the new landscape, with the turnover rosters right now, there is no patience. It's win or go home, or win and move on. And that's our mindset, and we're gonna get it done. I'm not promising you a championship, but I'll be damned if we don't get there. I'll be damned if we don't get there. And I mean, Ken Brown will kill me for this because he always miss you, Ken Brown, by the way. Gonna miss you, buddy. But we're there, and we have a group. We have a group that is really, really talented, just like the men, really, really talented. And I think this is going to be a phenomenal year for all ODU athletics. Men's football, I think it's going to have a great year. I think both basketball programs in this beautiful building that I'm sitting in is going to have a great year. But to our fans, man, keep coming out and supporting us. I could feel the energy from you guys last year to where we lost some tough ones, and y'all weren't the most pleased, but it's a part of
Hey,
it.
you wouldn't want a fan base that was, right?
No doubt. But just don't give up. Keep the hope. We're winners. She's had a winning 5 years. She was a win away from 100 wins in 5 years. If you do your math, that's an average of 20 wins every year. And I think we'll get that against UMass. She's at 99 wins, and she's done an amazing job. We have a phenomenal leader. And man, look out this season. I think this group is special, but we got to put the work in. I know Coach D said this is one of the most talented groups he's ever had in 5 years, and she's right. But the thing that y'all have to remember in getting talent, you got to be able to bring it together. And I think we're fit for the job. And please be out. First game is November 3rd or 4th. Excuse me for not having it in front of me. Yes, I do. November 3rd. I need you there against UMass. I need about 5,000 in the arena. I ain't say 7.
Hey, let's
I ain't
do
say
it.
8. I didn't say 9. Give me a good 5. Give me a good 5. I'll be pleased.
Well, we'll be pumping that up.
No doubt.
And Monarch Nation, keep an eye out. From sure Old Dominion will be pumping the emails out as soon as season tickets go on sale. Grab those, a mini plan, whatever they offer. Get out there, check out both squads. Roland, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir.
And go Monarchs.
Go Monarchs.